Hi everybody, old guy here, and it's April and springtime, so I'm out in the yard building fences and cutting things down and planting things, and I'll bet that a lot of you are out there doing your springtime refreshing of the house, going to IKEA for the new furniture and things, and you might want to take a look at this book before you go do that, because this is, well,
It's all right.
and if I seem a bit hesitant, it's because it feels like a gimmick, making a haunted house out of an IKEA.
These IKEA foam futons do Velcro together.
Like someone trying to create a new mythology, sparkly vampires and love-struck sea creatures.
Itchy and Scratchy seem to have lost their edge.
But ultimately, it's rather tried and rather true, with vengeful ghosts and baffled heroines and pretty terrifying activity, all while carrying around your special tool.
What do you mean by that?
So what is this about? Well, Orsk is the American equivalent of IKEA, just cheaper and more annoying, with gigantic warehouse-type stores that have a clever, labyrinthian path through them until the bedazzled customer finally makes the exit, minus a lot of their cash, and toting along dozens of flat boxes of DIY cabinets and couches, which can only be assembled with the special tool.
What do you mean by that?
Orsk is
Wait.
Orsk is a corporate clown world filled with banners and motivational posters and a nauseating floor manager named Basil who lives and breathes Orsk slogans.
Hi, it's Bill Lumberg.
Amy is one of his subordinates, and she does not live and breathe Orsk slogans.
We need to talk about your flair.
On the contrary, she is pretty fed up with the whole place and her own inability to find a better life. She needs motivation, and Basil intends to give it.
You people have not given Private Pyle the proper motivation!
Because someone has been vandalizing the store at night. Pretty terrible things like ripping up furniture and defecating on mattresses, which causes Basil all manner of trouble. No idea who's doing it, nothing shows up on camera, and store security is clueless, and corporate is sending inspectors the next day, so Basil needs to clear this up.
All right, team, that's it. We've got a job.
He asks Amy to stay with him and the terminally optimistic Ruth Ann overnight to catch the culprit, and offers her $200 and a transfer to a better Orsk store in Milwaukee.
Yeah, how about that?
Amy needs the money and definitely wants the transfer, so she agrees. Big mistake.
It's a trap!
While shutting the store down, Amy spots a stranger in a distant aisle who runs off, and she calls the police, against Basil's orders, to find and arrest the guy. The police say they're on their way, but they never seem to arrive.
In the Twilight Zone.
Amy discovers Trinity and Matt, two other store employees, boinking in the middle of a furniture display, and after appropriately awkward moments, they tell her they have snuck into the store to do a Ghost Adventures type of video, so they'll be YouTube famous. Like me.
You really expect us to buy that?
Seems this Orsk was built over the ruins of an infamous old prison called the Beehive, in which the warden, Joseph Worth, conducted rather horrible made-up treatments to cure prisoners of their antisocial behaviors.
You have a talent for causing things.
You know what's coming next. The group encounters a homeless man named Carl living in one of the IKEA-like cabinets, who looks like he's the one responsible for all the previous vandalism, especially since he admits to it.
IKEA doesn't assemble itself, you know.
Trinity and Matt are disappointed by the mundane explanations and decide to go ahead and hold a seance with a bunch of Orse candles anyway, and the reluctant participation of the rest of them. And you know what a bad idea it is to hold a seance over the remains of a torture prison.
Oh, yes. Up yours. Ouija board.
The warden shows up. So do the prisoners. And they think Amy and the rest of the group need their antisocial behavior cured. Man, what they do to Amy and Ruth Ann and just about everyone else except Basil, who had walked out of the store to find out what was keeping the police, who just don't seem to show up.
In the Twilight Zone.
There's some rather disturbing scenes in this, but the whole tone of the book is one of derision towards the entire corporate structure and the influencer culture, so you don't take all the brutality with all that much seriousness. At least, you know, it's happening to a bunch of losers who probably deserve it, not to the innocent customers and their children. At least, not yet.
Day of Doom is here!
The book is laid out like an IKEA catalog with descriptions of fake Scandinavian products with rather hilarious names like Ballsack.
I see what you did there. Pun.
That fronts every chapter until the products become more and more menacing. It's a short book, a quick read, and not exactly tasking of your mental acuities, but kind of fun. Kinda.
Go check it out.
Grady Hendrix wrote another horror book I kind of liked, The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires, and seemed like he would do well writing for a late-night show. Funny, but not too deep.
I like this job.
Old guy here. See you later.